Hello fellow spelunkers, I am Kinglink, and this is a last look and review of Downwell by Moppin. At least that's how I'm pronouncing it. This will likely be my shortest review, and there's no spoilers here. However, there's not much to spoil in this game. It's a standard roguelite, so it's all about tackling the same challenge over and over. Let's dive in. To start with, I'm a fan of the graphics on this game. You can see them right here, and they look pretty good. It's clear what everything is, and you should know most of these enemies by sight. There's also some excellent animation in the game, but overall the game is more action focused, though the game makes it clear what's going on with what the player is seeing. The intensity from the game comes from the gameplay, and the graphics show the player, but then also moves out of its way instantly. There's no real story here either, so let's just move over to the gameplay. Like mentioned, this is a roguelite. A roguelite works with repeating the same dungeon over and over, but also allows you to retain some progress. In this game, you get the styles that I'll mention later. However, you get a random well and are tasked with getting to the bottom of it. Enemy appearance is determined with a level as well, but the enemies you see are randomly placed. Those enemies are going to be trouble, as you can see I'm having. There's a ton here on the first level. There's bats, frogs, turtles, jellyfish, and spiny creatures from Metroid. I think they're sea urchins. If any of them attack you, you lose an HP, and there's only a few ways to heal. They exist, but it's still a pain to heal up. You can shoot downwards using your gun boots, as the creator calls them. You're only able to shoot straight down, and the enemies will take a couple hits. What's important is those charges on the right-hand side. The bar tells you how many times you can shoot with the charges. The charges tell you how much power you have. Sometimes shots will take more than one charge. If you land on an enemy or a platform, you recover your entire set of charges. But when you're in mid-air, you only have the limited number of shots. You can also use a Mario-style jump on the top of the enemy's head to kill them, to get a small bounce, and an instant recharge of all your gun boot charges, as you'll see me do quite often. There's also a combo system here that I'm somewhat bad at, though through it you'll earn gems, additional health, and charges, and honestly in this demo I do decent with the combos. However, all the enemies here have made me hate them at least once, but there's a lot of variety in this game. Each level seems to add at least one new enemy, and each zone completely refreshes the enemy choices. There's also the side rooms you'll see me duck into. Inside them, you'll find extra gems, the currency of the game, gun power-ups that come with the health or charge upgrade as well, or restore. Every side room is actually worth visiting because those items are critical. If you get them all, you're going to get more powerful. If you're comboing, the time bubbles also will stop the combo without ending it. So, it's worth going into. The shops in particular are useful as there are items to buy to recharge your HP, give you more HP, or give you more charges. The game lets you use your gems for this and still gives you the credit for the gems at the end of the game. It's about how many you've collected. The gun power-ups are also interesting. I really like the laser in this game, but the power-ups are always worth taking even if you have a better gun, because the associated health and charge that comes with them can be more useful in the long run than the gun itself. Every gun, though, has a use, but some guns are going to be weaker than others. There are also upgrades at the end of the level, and you'll see me select them. And there's some good choices here. There's the ability to make a shop appear instantly and make the prices drop by 10%. There's liftoff, an ability that creates an explosion as you jump. You only get a selection of 3, as you'll see, but they vastly change my playstyle every time I choose one. There are also styles that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You earn these by unlocking stuff with your gems. You gain them over the course of the game. So, eventually, you'll level up the first time and you'll unlock a palette. You pretty much earn palettes and the styles in the game, and it takes quite a while to earn all the styles. It took me about 5 hours, though I'm not great at the game. And there's only 5 of them. None really make the game easy, but they definitely change the game a bit. I personally like the boulder style because it gives you 6 HP, but I'm using floaty in the demo and it seems to be a fan favorite, and I think I do slightly better with it. I like the game, and you can see I'm struggling here. There are a total of 4 zones in the game, and each zone has 3 levels. I still have trouble leaving the first zone, and I put in about 5 hours of time. Some people say to beat the game it takes about 10 hours of play and practice. In my case, I beat the second zone one time, and all of a sudden it felt like my skills atrophied right after that. I'm suddenly doing well in this video, but not amazing. Nothing in Downwell really makes the game easier, and it's a very hard game. It's not impossible, but it's hard in the same way Rogue Legacy is hard. You can win, but it's going to take a lot of learning, and that means death to get there. Honestly, I find it a bit too hard. I'd love to see the end, but it's a short game, and I think that the developers realized with about 30 minutes of content from beginning to end, they had to let the repetition of the level do its work, and keep people playing. You know, it only cost a couple bucks, and it's solid, but I eventually stopped when I realized I wasn't making good progress. Yeah, this is a brief review, and I'm looking into a different style for these short games, maybe a quick look after the first look, or an end to it. But, in this instance, I'm still glad I played Downwell for the full time and took the time to make a full review. Overall, it's an enjoyable game, and for the couple of dollars I played, I was happy with the experience. It's definitely worth checking out, but the problem is more once you reach your skill barrier for the game, it's very hard to move beyond it, at least it was in my attempt. Still, it's a fun game. I give Downwell a 3.5 out of 5. So that was Downwell. I really enjoyed this one. This is Kinglink. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. It helps me and it helps you to find my content. Feel free to leave a comment to let me know what's on your mind, or maybe what roguelite or roguelike you keep coming back to. Personally, I love NetHack. That's my game. For more information and the full review, check the description or check my site at kinglink-reviews.com. I'll see you next time.